But do 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 do. But do do do. Do not have my stuff going through my audio headset. There, now I can hear stuff. Cool. Okay. Hello, all the people who are here and who will soon be here. We are doing a little live stream today. As you can tell by this title, it's a bit of a watch party, bit of a first impressions type thing. Don't know how good it's gonna go because it's kind of weird trying to live stream TV shows and movies without being copyright strike into high heaven. Last time I did something like this, I was immediately struck down after the thing went live. Just changing my category on things. But it has been some time since I've watched any of the glitch production stuff. A lot has happened recently, especially with the Digital Circus. I don't know too much about the drama. I've seen. Let's see here. My live stream so I can see what's going on. Ah, no, wrong thing. No, let's go there. All right, I don't know too much about the drama. I just know that apparently fans were not too happy. One second, let me Google it. Fans not. Fans not happy with Creator Digital Circus. Amazing. Amazing Digital Circus fans not happy with the creator, but I don't know the exact reason why. I saw something maybe like entitled fans creator. I'll have to look that up. There's a video about it. I can watch that. Gooseworks doesn't deserve this. See, I don't know what exactly happened though. I've just seen that apparently people are mad at them for something the show did. I saw one comment in the past saying it had to do with Jax and Pomni being the main characters. Oh, right here. Okay. Gooseworks Cooper Smith stated on stream and social media that Jax and Pomni are the main characters, and the series focusing heavily on their dynamic. So that is apparently the issue. Is that apparently people are upset that Jax and Pomni are the main characters of the Amazing Digital Circus. I get that. Like you like all the characters in Amazing Digital in the circus. Fucking that's hard to say from. I'm a terrible speaker. I get the creator focusing on two of the characters instead of focusing on all of them. Those characters in the show are really good. At least I think so. I think they are amazing characters all around. They're all very well realized. They all have traits and stuff like that that make a lot of sense, and I love each and every one of them. But it makes sense that the creator would want to focus on one or two of them instead of doing everything. Because if you do everything, I mean, what it's how many episodes are supposed to be in the Amazing in the show? Like, okay, how many? You get to see me try and form an argument live on stream today. How many episodes? 9 episodes total. Okay, I thought it was gonna be at least 10. Okay, so only 9 episodes total. Officially planned 9 episodes. So 9 episodes for a full show with this much depth into the characters and everything. It makes sense they would only want to focus on one or two of them because you just that's not enough time. It can be done, but that's very hard to do in only 9 episodes. They're on episode 7 already, and the whole drama between Jax and Pomni only started really episode 6. I mean, yeah, episode 6, and I love episode 6. I stated in my first ever video on YouTube that I love episode 6. The Jax confrontation is really good. Oh, 1 sec, gotta message someone. It's really good. I love that speech he gives. Did you? Yeah, I love what they're doing. I love that episode of the drama that's happening between those two. But to really resolve it, and then also like to resolve that conflict and also somehow have enough time to flesh out and give all the other characters their main drama, or a drama that's worthy of being called like a main drama, you need a lot more than 9 episodes. I would say it's probably hard. That would probably be hard to even do in maybe 12. I do hope they give some more stuff to characters like Regatha. I'm interested to see what they do with her because I like what they're doing with her so far about being like insecure and clearly having like a lot of pressure on top of her from her family. At least that's what they've hinted at. I think they've been hinting at that. So I'd like to see more of that. I hope they do more of that, but I totally get why the conflict between Pomni and Jax is going to be the main one. They've hinted a lot of stuff in his past. He seems to be most closed off, and he seems to be like the one outlier in the group. Like, maybe not outlier. There's a lot of things they could explore. Like I like what's going on between Zubul and not Regatha, Gangle, Zubul and Gangle. I've been told that some people think there's like a romantic thing going on between Gangle and Zubul, but I don't think so. I think it's meant to be more of like a platonic type friendship, an appreciation for the two. And yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested to see what they do with that, but I don't think it's romantic. I would be fine if they left it where it is. I like that Zubul has kind of taken this role in like not role, but like she's befriended Gangle and she kind of understands Gangle in a way probably no other people do. I'm pretty sure episode 4, I think it's episode 4, the one with they work in the fast food place. That one pretty much showed that Gangle definitely is. I've been told neurodivergent. I don't personally deal with anything like that, so I'm not entirely sure if that's what's going on. But there's something up there that she don't normally doesn't handle everyday situations well. And Zubul also having this out of well, she clearly has body dysmorphia. I'm pretty confident in saying that. she talks about being uncomfortable in her body and not being comfortable with the way she looks. That makes sense. I'm pretty sure it's something to do with body dysmorphia. So with her recognizing Gangle also has something unique about her in that way. I think it makes sense that they have formed this friendship. I don't think it's romantic. I don't think I really want it to become romantic, but I like what they're going with of this friendship. I'm talking in circles. I don't think they need to do much more with those two. They could do more, but I don't think they need to. I think if they left those two where they are, it'd be a nice little moment, especially at the end of episode 4 where Zubul befriends her. Especially with the conversation they have in episode 6. I totally forgot about that. Like, they can do more with them, and I'm sure they will do more, but I'm fine if they left them where they are now. Not Kane, Keener, yes. I like Keener a lot. I really fell in love with him after episode 3, but I don't think they could do more with him unless they somehow tie his story into with what's going on in the circus itself. What is the nature of the circus? Because I think Keener knows more than he's letting on. It's only his insanity that is preventing him from telling everyone. So I don't think there's much needed to be done, but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more revealed about him in the finale, probably episode 8 or even 9. Regatha, like I said, I like where she's going. I kind of hope they do more with her, reveal more with her. There probably will be some. She like probably will have a conflict with Jax at some point. But no, I totally get where the creator is coming from in terms of choosing Pomni and Jax as the main focus of the show. I think they have the most story potential. Obviously, that's because of the stuff that has happened in episode 5 and 6, but still, I think they have the most story potential. And if I had to choose main characters, obviously Pomni, because she's the perspective of the viewers, but also Jax. I think Jax would be a really good. Shut up. Come to Nessa. No. Banhammer the in kick. Come to me on Discord. Banhammer also the on kick. You foul spawn. So yeah, those are my thoughts. What do I think's gonna be in this episode now? Well, I think the episode is going to start with a little bit of like tension between Jax and Pomni. She might confide in another character. I think it would be Regatha. Or if they wanted to make it more humorous, they could go to Keener and, Keener can make it funny somehow. But I think there's going to be this apprehension, this distance between the two now after last episode. I think Jax is going to make sure that's happening. He's going to be the focus point. I think Pomni will try to engage him, but Jax will push her away, realizing that he does not want to be involved and possibly avoid a friendship, because I'm pretty sure Jax does not want that to happen. As I said in my video on as I said on my video on Glitch Productions, I do think that Jax had a friend and lost him in the circus, and he does not want to experience that again. But I also think him, as we saw at the end of episode 6, I think him pushing everyone away is going to lead to him, abstracting. I do think he's going to abstract because of this. That might not happen until episode 8 or 9, but I do think it's going to happen, and I think people are going to have to pull him back. I have seen a clip of the gang talking to Kane in some kind of like monitor room, And I have a feeling, especially with seeing Jack's quote about how Kane is always lying. I have a feeling this will be the episode where things start to unravel a bit. Like things will be revealed about the circus or the nature of it. I'm curious, but I can't really speculate on what's going to be revealed. They could straight up tell the people that, the only thing I could think of is maybe like Kane will tell them, "Hey, you're going to never be able to leave here. That's simply the case. I know you want to. Your bodies are all well and good." Actually, I do have a theory. Also, I have a feeling that the people who they are on the real world in the real world are totally fine. I have a feeling their real bodies are living fine. What I think may have happened is that they put on the headset, their consciousness got scanned into this digital world, but their bodies or their minds never actually left their bodies. There's just a digital version of them in this world. So I think that's why they can never actually leave. And I'd be curious to see if they actually go down that route. If the creator actually decides, yeah, there isn't really a happy ending to it. Maybe at best bittersweet. You guys can never leave. You aren't real people. You're just makeshifts of what real people are. I could easily see a non-happy ending happening with this show. And, I would be okay with that. I think it would be the hardest one to do. Like, I think it'd be the hardest version of the show to pull off. But if I was writing this, I would try to go for that as well. At least that's where I would go for. That said, though, we're actually going to be watching 2 shows today, as it says in the title. We're going to be watching The Digital Circus after, but first we are going to watch Lackadaisy. I don't know much about Lackadaisy at all. I've been told to watch it. It's been on my plate for a while. But I know nothing about it. I know it used to be a webcomic, and I've heard good things about the webcomic, but I don't know anything else. I've seen a lot of clips involving music. So I have got this impression that maybe this show will be a lot more musically inclined. Maybe they'll have some nice songs in there, and that'll be cool. I'll be interested in seeing that. Oh, and yeah, as it probably says in the description on YouTube, you're not going to be getting audio for this. You're unfortunately not going to get audio. I will try to provide as much commentary as I can, but these shows are on YouTube. You can watch them for free on YouTube. Go right ahead and watch them. You can follow along. I'm pretty sure if I look at my stream, yeah, you can kind of see, what's underneath there. So you can kind of follow along, watch it with me, and I'll be pausing a lot, talking a lot, and making this more of like a transformative experience. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get into with Lackadaisy here. I'm interested. I really like the vibe it's going for from the little clips I've seen. I have this weird anticipation that there's going to be music involved a lot, but since it was a webcomic at first, I think it's also likely there may not be like music and stuff like that. But they could surprise me. They could try out to do a few music different things like that. Who knows? I just gonna hop into it now. Like I said, we're gonna start with Lackadaisy, the pilot. I have not seen it, and also, as some of you may know, my last experience with a glitch production show. Wait, is actually one second. Okay. My last experience with a glitch production show was the Knights of Guinevere, and according to my video, which many of you have seen, like the vast majority of my subscribers have seen, I was not a big fan of the pilots. I was lukewarm on it at best. I still am in many ways. I have changed some of my positions on that. Maybe I'll do, if this stream goes well, maybe I'll go watch episode 2 live and see what it thinks. But right now, I'm not too keen on the last experience I had with Glitch Productions. I am, however, very excited to watch Lackadaisy because it looks very fun. It looks like something I'm going to enjoy. I already like the clips of animation I've seen. It looks very nice. But because of my last experience with the Knights of Guinevere, I am going to be paying attention to the quality of the animation. The writing I'll pay attention to as well, but it's the quality of the animation I'm going to be paying attention to first. Because as far as I'm aware, one sec, let's Google this. As far as I'm aware, Lackadaisy is a 2D animation, right? Is 2D animation. Lackadaisy is a 2D animated production. Okay, so this is the only other 2D animation that Glitch is. They're not producing it, right? They're just. I'm pretty sure they're just like funding it and they're just helping fund the production of it. Which either way, this is something under the Glitch production umbrella that I'm aware of. The only other one that is a 2D animation. So I'm going to be comparing it directly to Knights of Guinevere in that way. Because that's the only other 2D animation under their repertoire of shows. That said, I'm very excited. So let's get into it. Starting it now. Film contains occasional flashing lights, may not be. Yeah, again, this is Lackadaisy, just so you're aware. This film contains occasional flashing lights, which may not be suitable for photosensitive viewers. Film contains depictions of gun violence, alcohol consumption. Hell yeah. Viewer discretion is advised. For the best audio experience, we recommend listening to headphones. I have those on. Okay. This seems simple, but I'm actually kind of surprised that they're recommending you to listen to headphones. Like a normal TV show wouldn't obviously do that. I don't even think other Glitch production shows have mentioned you to wear headphones. So interesting, because that definitely implies they're very YouTube focused as well, which makes sense considering they're partnering up with Glitch. But yeah, we'll see. I'm curious to know. That's an interesting. Well, they did start off as a webcomic, actually. I keep forgetting that. Again, haven't experienced anything with this. Anyways, I'll stop talking. Let's watch this. Starting it now. Iron Circus animation. Okay, oh, 1 sec. Okay. Pausing again. Iron Circus animation. Let's look at these guys. Iron Circus animation. I have not heard of these guys, so let's check them out. Iron Circus animation. Strange and amazing. Volume is back in print. So are they mostly like a graphic novel publisher? What are they? Iron Circus Animation is an American studio and division of graphic novel publisher. Okay, so they're graphic novel publisher. So is this show their first foray into animation? Is Yes, Lackadaisy is their first animated production from Irons. Okay, so that's interesting. They are just getting into the animation circuits. Let's look at some other books. Iron Circus book series. What do you got? Comics. I'm always down for comics. Pop Tart Craft. Girl who married a skull. Crying puppy. Ship of Fools. That one looks kind of cool. I'm not seeing a whole lot that catches my eye right away. A lot of Lackadaisy stuff, as not surprised there. Oh, I guess I can throw this up on this side here. Okay, there you can see. You guys can see what I'm looking at now too. What else did they do? The Ninx of. I want to see what their books are. Come on. Is there a way I can look at their novels? Catalogs, physical books, hardcovers, anthologies, products by theme. Let's go there. Afterlife, adventure, animal. Oh, they've done a decent amount. Okay. Drugs. How do you smoke a weed? What? What? Excuse me? How do you smoke a weed? How do you smoke a weed? By Owlin. Comics Guide to... Oh, that's just the full... No, it's not the full comic. Just a starter. Okay. Sorry, kinda new at all of this. Saw you were smoking hay. I wanted to hang out. Okay. So, too high, sweating, earbuild. All right. This is something. Didn't expect that. That's interesting. Julian in Purgatory. Being the mayor's okay, ex-mayor's son comes with a lot of pressure. This one actually seems kind of interesting. Fairy tales. Arrow talk. We're gonna click on that. Lifestyle, how to, crossplay. Where would the Lackadaisy be? Would it probably be in probably adventure, right? Rice Boy. What does Lackadaisy fall into? Anthology? No. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not seeing a whole lot of things that would particularly interest me. I am, not sure. Oh, gotta send something. Okay, let's keep looking. I don't see much of interest. Temple of... Okay, that's something. Alright, Temple of Urzora. This looks like it could be interesting, but I'm not a big fan of the art style, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of looking at a lot of their books here, and I see why they may have chosen Lackadaisy as their foray into animation. Lackadaisy Volume 1. Let's look at that. Yeah, I immediately can see why they would choose this show or this book. Something about it seems a little more approachable. I don't know how to put it into words yet, but I look at this and compare it to everything else I've kind of looked at so far, I'm like, okay, I understand why this would be appealing. How would I put this into words, though? Oh, well, actually, let's have a description of the show. It's 1927, and Prohibition is in full effect. On the record, on the record, the nation is dry, but the glory days are at hand for an unassuming cafe on a quaint street Beneath its tile floor, subterranean saloon, Lackadaisy speak. Oh, it's a speakeasy. Okay, so where the spirits still high and available on tap, or at least they were until calamity rocked the establishment foundations. Now some jazz band, riff-raff, and belligerent veteran are all the remain to pick up the pieces, along with some decent bootlegging booze. If Laxity is to survive this and adventures. Alright, so it's about a speakeasy. Okay, I can get behind this. I actually really like this. So it's about a speakeasy that kind of during Prohibition. That's cool. I like that. I would be down with this premise. I am down with this premise. I'm obviously am if I'm watching the show. Don't see anything else. What's their most popular? I'm curious to see what their most popular is. Most popular books. Lackadaisy is number one at the top. So they're going with their most popular. That's how they're choosing to make this. But I see why it's the most popular. Just kind of taking a brief glance at it, to be honest. Smut Peddler series, a highly popular anthology series of erotic comics created by women, including Smut Peddler, My Monster Boyfriend, Sex Machine, and Silver. Smut Peddler series. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I understand why they would go with Laxadaisy over this. Sex Machine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of looking. I don't know. Kind of looking at this, and I'm kind of just like, I get why I get why they're choosing Laxadaisy. Interesting. All right. So after that little foyer, let's go back to the show. Ooh, immediately violin music. I'm down with that. I like the voice. Rhyming. Hold up, let's. Okay, so get away premium. Why is my thing not going away? Why is my bottom? Yeah, whatever. Let's look at this again, because on a brief glance, I actually really like it so far. I know it's only been a few seconds, but so I'm looking at around the edge, and the edge is obviously moving at a slightly different rate than the guy in the middle. But this is the difference between Knights and Guinevere and something like this, because I can already say that this looks better. It's doing the same thing that Knights of Guinevere was doing, where there's multiple things going on in the show at moving at different rates and different frame rates, but it doesn't look bad. And it's also focused well. Another one of my big criticisms of Knights of Guinevere was that it was focused very awkwardly. And some of the things it was focused very awkwardly, and some of the things that were in the show you just missed because it was well, I'm sorry, I got distracted by my phone there for a second. I would have to again, I have to sit and put into words why this is better over something like Knights of Guinevere, but this does look better to me so far. My only question now is: are they going to be keeping a consistent frame rate, or is the frame rate going to change between scene and every scene like it did in Knights of Guinevere? Because that was also one of my big complaints: is that in Knights of Guinevere, I noticed the frame rate changes between characters quite often. Hopefully, this doesn't. Oops. But let's see. Look at the. I don't know if you guys if you guys are on here. I'm currently at 50 seconds in. Look at the lining around his mouth. It has well. Also, it's kind of the same thing as like along here. This is easier to see it on the beam behind him. But it almost has this like effect, like it was drawn with chalk. That's what comes to mind when I look at that. Like some of the outlining was drawn with like chalk, and it has this slight imperfection to it. Actually, if you look at that right there, actually look at that right there, you can actually see his shape of his head through his hat. Is that actually might be a mistake? That looks like I don't know if you can see that right there. But if you look again, 50 seconds in, if you look at his hat, there is you could see the shape of his head, and it's just bald, and it doesn't quite line up with the rest of his head either. It looks like someone like you. I don't know if anyone, for any of you artists watching, I'm not an artist either, but so I'm definitely gonna speak to you with authority of ignorance. But I've seen when some people are drawing characters, they will draw the outline like the direction the head is facing, just like a standard setup when you draw all the details. This looks like if you look at the head and you look at his cheeks there too, you can see the outlining in the face and the head. This looks like those lines, but they never got erased. But at the same time, there's still this little imperfection with all the lines on him, specifically the outside lines, the black lines, look a bit jagged, and I kind of like it. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but I kind of like it. Another example of right there of things in the background moving differently than him. Actually, this is a good sample too. You know, looking at it again. Look at him as he walks. His frame rate has changed. He actually takes huge leaps at points, but it doesn't look bad because it's not the direct focus. This is so they're doing the thing which I said they were gonna do, like Knights of Guinevere, which they are changing frame rates, but because it's not the main focus, like the character is not the main focus, it doesn't come off as more of a problem. The only reason I notice it is because I'm actively paying attention to this. But I could watch this scene. I could watch this scene and not notice he's moving odd in that scene in that moment at all. Also, oh fuck off, go away. Okay, well while this is going through, um, let's mute it for a second. Let it play. Give me a second to keep talking. Um, music as well. I already mentioned how there was going to be music, and it looks like there's going to be music. I'm excited to see what they do. Now we just need to get through the. Okay, now that I'm looking at it more, now that I'm looking at it more, you can see the lines more prominent here. The lines I was talking about before. You can see on his hand and down his body as well as when he moves. When he moves, you can see those lines change and jagged and move around pretty jaggedly. Right there. I don't know if you can see that, but like at minute 108, if you look at his body, you can see the lines moving around inside there, which where are those lines I mentioned before. I think this may be a result of it being the pilot, or it could be a interesting artistic choice. If they keep it consistent, I don't think I'd be upset by it. Very pure, pretty, by the way, so far. There, okay. I am convinced now that these are the what are they called? I need to look these up now. What are the lines called? What are the construction lines? Okay, I'm gonna call them construction line or guy lines. So these construction lines, you can see it in the tail right there, and you can see the line going down the tail, directing like how the tail is gonna be. Then you can see the little circles on his elbows, direct showing how where the elbows are gonna be. Like those are construction lines. I am convinced those are construction lines now. I don't know why they're there. Again, the only reason, if I'm being charitable, could be that they're trying to do like some kind of storybook feel. Considering this was a webcomic, I can see maybe them going down that line, and everything's very fantastical right now. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna let this play for a bit now. Stop pausing it so much. I'm seeing a lot of interesting things right off the bat. Okay, I'm just fixing something as I'm gonna talk here again. But now that I'm looking at this scene here and seeing all these lines again very prominently, like they're going off the character at this point. I think it's intentional. I think this is an intentional thing, and I'll stop mentioning it now that I'm pretty sure it's intentional. So I think it's an interesting artistic choice if they are doing this intentionally. Huh. All right, let me change. I'm just changing my category on Twitch here to something maybe I'd be able to see. Watch party, maybe watch party. Let's try watch party. Is there a Lackadaisy? No. What about Amazing Digital Circus? No, those are bad. Watch. We'll stick to just chatting. I don't think don't think I'm gonna be seen in just chatting very well on Twitch, but you know, at least there'll be something. At least there's more chance of people seeing me, I think, or multiple people. Whatever. Okay, let's watch this for a bit. Actually, let's. I keep rewinding, but let's go back and listen to that whole thing. Now I'm gonna watch the whole thing. A lot of rhyming so far. Oh, got an idea. Here, I'll put on captions, then you guys can maybe see what he's saying. There, that works. Okay, so we have some dude singing about the Mississippi River. Interesting. A lot of rhyming. Pretty good rhyming, too. And now we got two new characters. Let's see what they're about. They sound very young. I'm just thinking about that now. The characters sound all very young. Like they could be early teens young. It fits them, but I get the impression they're young, but they're despite the fact this is going to be about like a speakeasy and alcohol. Oh no. Well, okay. Oh, that's a very big example of the lines. Okay, so yeah, that's straight up. That straight up is just the guidelines. That is what I've done and when I've practiced drawing. You can see it in her face. You can see the lines in the middle directing how she's gonna face. And then we have this guy in the back. You also see the lines, and you see the lines down his arms and showing where how he's gonna stand and hold things. Okay. Are they grave robbing? All right. So he's a bit of a lackadaisy scoundrel. Bit of a lackadaisy attitude about things. Oh, um, let's listen to that sound of him falling again. I don't like that sound. That sound of him falling sounds bad. That sounds like I've taken like I could make that sound right now. One sec. If I had a piece of paper and a can, like that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a piece of paper or something like softer. Okay, listening to that sound of him falling down, and listen to this. Maybe it's not too similar, but like that's it's not close, but I'm sure if I workshopped it a bit, I could make that sound in my room right now. I don't. It doesn't sound like he fell. There's no thud. There's no. It's not very impactful. Why is my? I'm try. I swear I'm trying to get rid of the fucking taskbar, but it's not going away. Ah. Okay. Whatever. I like that. I like that joke. That was a good joke. I too have terrible pronunciation of names, as you guys have probably seen in my multiple live streams and videos. So I get it. I get it. I get why he is having trouble. I would have trouble saying that as well. I'd probably do it just as well. Stop giving me AI ad videos. So they're grave robbing. They are just grave robbing. They are young, aren't they? They're. I'm sorry. Let me listen. Like he's asking for his mom. I get the impression they are young. Oh, maybe not. I shouldn't say that off the bat. I'm being. The dialogue is very. I could see this being a play. Like this dialogue, it's I at first I was thinking, does it sound bad? But no, it doesn't really strike me as bad. It strikes me as performative. For him, for the blue guy, I get because he seems like he's a performer, and everyone else is a little bit less so. But they still have this air of like they're speaking to a live audience, to a like they're on a stage and they're performing. Because for a show, this dialogue can sound a bit awkward, I'd say. But let's make the transparency on that on this image a little bit less. I wonder if we can do a bit more. I might get copyright struck, but it's good so you guys can see a bit better. So yeah, they are coming off to me as if they are on a play. If they're in a play, interesting. I like it, but I'm not decided on whether that's their intention or it's just a bit awkward. Ah, booze. Okay, sure, I get that now. Hey, Canada shout outs. Wait, actually, if I'm pretty sure in a prohibition era, I'm pretty sure Canadian whiskey was like a huge export from us, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure like Canadian whiskey was one of the biggest exporting. Let's look that up. One sec. I'd be curious to know now. Was Canadian whiskey big in nearly 75% of liquor smuggled into the US during the period of Prohibition was from Canada. So, okay, that's cool. I like it. I like it's a small detail. You know, like maybe it wasn't whiskey, who knows? I'm not going to look into it too much on stream, but I like it that they're at least paying attention to yo, we know that most of the alcohol smuggled in was Canadian. That's a cool touch. I appreciate it. I like that comment. There's someone there. I'm just looking at that. I saw it before. That's why I went to pause. But yeah, there's someone there. Oh damn! Not the best sounds for bullets. Let's listen to that again. I like the little touch of the heel though. She pulls up the gun, digs her heel in to brace herself. That's a cool touch. That's a cool little touch with the her bracing herself there. I think at least that's what I think she's doing. And he gets knocked over and saved. Again, we don't even hear, wait. We don't even hear the gun fire. Hold up, hold up. There's something odd here. I, that I don't know guns well enough, but that looks like a semi-automatic at best. Could be a version of a Tommy gun. I don't know. Maybe could be a version of a Tommy gun. But she fires what was like 5 bullets in rapid succession there. Also, we don't hear the gunfire. We just don't hear the gunfire. That is interesting. And then she fires a rapid succession. So a saw. Okay, okay. Really, a saw. That's oh yes, okay. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, that looks like what it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Small. It's a smaller clip and in more of an older style, but I think that's what it is. But the problem is here. My major problem, besides what the gun is, we don't. Oh, we do. We do. Do we? No, we don't hear the gunfire. I thought that was the sound of the gunfiring, but no, that's the sound of him being hit by the door. We don't actually hear the gunfire. Okay. There we hear the gunfire. Oh, that's yeah, Saw is definitely what it is. Okay, now that I'm actually hearing the gunfire, it sounds fine. I like their voices. I also like nice little touch there. Don't know who this dude is. I think her voice could be a lot more urgent sounding. I like at this moment right here, a little touch of his claws cutting up the seats. That's cool. Now the gun sounds good. The gun sounds good right there. Fuck! Goddamn ads. What's it now? Marathon? Not interested. Continue on, please. Actually, I have heard Marathon has improved somewhat, so I don't know. I'm probably not going to play it either way, but I'm curious to see. I still don't think it's going to do good, but who knows? Okay, I like that. I like that dialogue right there, though. Ooh, music's kicking up. Keep confounded, keep. I like because they've done it a couple. They've hinted at it a little bit already that this guy is like the reluctant muscle. He doesn't want to, but he's good at what he does when he actually does it. So reluctant muscle, wisecracking leader type guy, and then the girl's like the do everything. I don't know exactly what categorize her yet as everything, but I like the characterization so far. I like the dialogue so far. I thought at first it hit me as kind of like awkward. I thought maybe are we gonna have another like Knights of Guinevere situation? But so far I've enjoyed the dialogue. It's been very witty, and that's one thing that Knights of Guinevere tried to do and never really came off good to me. Was try to be witty at times, but the timing was off. But this comment of uh where did you learn to drive like that? I didn't. Question didn't learn to drive. Finish it. I like that. But you're so bad at it, you confounded the enemy. It seems simple, but I like it. It's a nice little joke. Has good timing and goes well, and then the guy responds here with keep confounding, keep confounding. It's like I don't care if you're bad, just keep doing it. And again, simple dialogue things that characterize someone so well. This guy is a performer. The main blue guy is a performer. He likes to sing. He likes to dance. So he brings back the idea of him performing before to he's comparing everything to a performance. Her driving is a bad performance, but it confounded the enemy. And now he's telling this guy we need a performance from you and hands him the gun. Oh, okay. I'll comment on the fact that he just had like a PTSD moment there in a second. But is that gun CGI? I think this gun is CGI. That gun is definitely CGI. I think the whole case is CGI. Also, is that a pancake? Yeah, I think those are pancakes. Yeah, the I think the vinyl was. I think this whole all the junk here is CGI. The case is definitely CGI. Okay, so yeah, he's the reluctant um fighter type, but from that little moment there of him having this PTSD thing, I think it's more that he knows he gets like okay, theory time. This guy is good at fighting, but it's one of those like barbarian things where he gets into a rage and doesn't, like barbarian file style fights. But he's aware of that and doesn't like that he does that. That's my theory. Let's go. What'd she say there? Holy Somalian. I like this. Okay. I like these villains. All right, so they're hinting at past relationships. This guy probably knew these guys at one point. Okay. Again, let's comment on everything that happened there in those moments. I like him. I like him going and panicking about the bottle leaking. I'm a bit confused how the bottle was leaking there though. I'm missing it. Well, I won't find it, but like they shot right there. You can kind of see it. The bottle is leaking, like it's bleeding, but it's glass bottles. You would assume it just shatters and then just like all leaks to the bottom of the trunk. How is it shooting out like that? Minor detail, doesn't really fucking matter. But interesting little. I like his little panicking to save it, covering it up like there. Comment said this guy attacks. Also like the music. The music is definitely like my it'll come up in one of my videos later that I'm gonna release probably far into the future, but I am a personal fan of like jazz. Do you like jazz? But like electric jazz, swing music, brass music. I like that stuff. So I like this music so far. It has a bit of a dubstep tone to it as well. There's like a wow 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 with a beat to it. I like it. I probably could say a lot more interesting things besides just I like it, but there's not much else to say. I like it so far. It's well done. The music is fitting so far, and I like these characters. I'm interested to see more. That's the best I can say at the moment until I actually watch more. Is she supposed to be a Haitian? Are I'm thinking of fucking Mafia 3, but were Haitians real things? I might be thinking of Mafia 3. I don't know if they're a real thing. Haitians. Uh. Oh, I think I found something. Haitian game. Okay. Haitians. I'm going off of just like what I know about gangs in America and during this time, but I do know that as far as I'm aware, there was Haitian gangs in some parts, especially during Prohibition. Um, and looking off, looking at her, looking at her necklace. I'm assuming that's bone. It could be tying to something like that because I'm pretty sure they were like I actually don't know much about the Haitians. I'm trying to look it up right now, but I can't find it. But I wonder if she used a reference to a real life gang. Is all I'm trying to say. They've already referenced American whiskey and smuggling, so not a huge reference, but sniper. Man's a sniper. I don't care about rocks. I also don't care about Ford. Again, the gun's CGI. Good joke. I don't like that line. I don't like that he tries to explain himself there. I kind of wish he would just apologized and just moved on. That's just me though. Why did the one guy run off? Okay, yep, he's laughing maniacally. Gotcha. What is going on? Why has he become so manic all of a sudden? That's interesting. Okay. Okay, so he's kind of like he's the planner, he's the leader, he's a bard. He's a bard. He's a D&D bard. So she's like a mechanic then. She's the get it done character. This guy seems like the professional. He's the veteran character. He knows what he's doing. He's been doing this for a while. I like these two. I like the two other villains beside the professional guy. They're very. Oh shit. Oh, she's French. Okay, she's not. I don't think she's a reference to the thing I was thinking of before. Or overthought that. I approve. This guy's insane, and I kind of love it. He's a bard. This guy is a bard. That's what he is. Damn. Almost straight up killed them. That was good. I like that. They use the shadows to make it look like it's the one guy that comes in. That was a good moment. I like that little touch there. Oh, he's Rocky. Okay, so we got his name now. Rocky's a surprising name. I never actually would have guessed his name would have been Rocky. No, enough with the ads. The AI ads. Go away. I love his rhyming. Yep, that's about accurate to what would happen as well for a bard. I don't know exactly what his plan was with that whole explosive tank thing, but I like it. Cat doesn't like water. Makes sense. I haven't really noticed. I haven't really noticed anything animation wise that I've really disliked either. I everything seems consistent. Well, maybe not. Actually, no. I don't actually know if I agree with that. There's been a lot of animation changes, but I don't. For some reason, it hasn't been as offensive to me as like what's it called? The Knights of Guinevere was. Huh. I like this girl's voice so far. She talking to herself or she's talking to someone else? Is she referring to the alcohol? I'm assuming she's the gang leader, the smuggling leader, and assuming also the owner of the speakeasy. Okay, so gathering from what she said, she had someone, likely like a husband or something, she started a gang with, and they were doing really well for a while with this speakeasy prohibition. Then something happened to him, and the whole thing has collapsed. Probably the basic gist of the idea of the story. And we'll see what happens. And there's the guy. Is she wearing a fox scarf, or is that a cat fur scarf? Because one is interesting, the other one is also interesting. I find this conversation interesting so far. Obviously, the politician right there, dressed to be the part two. Zib, no? I like this guy. Is that Matthew Mercer? No, that's not. I gotta look this up now. Matthew. Then again, I'm just a fan of Matthew Mercer, so I'm probably seeing a lack. No, it's not. I don't know. Who is the guy? He sounds familiar though. Never heard of this dude. Valentine Stokes. Hmm. Okay. watching another ad. Don't worry, it's very enticing to the plot of this show. I assure you. I like the joke. Is it gonna be fake? Bad alcohol. Okay, so she is a kid. They're not letting her drink. She is a kid. They are supposed to be young. Surprising that they have a kid working in a speakeasy, but you know, it's I'm sure it happened. Oh no, they're letting her drink. Maybe she's not supposed to be a kid. Maybe they're trying to go something with her where she wants to look like an adult and she wants to be taken seriously, but she's too young and inexperienced. I think that might be where they're going with her. I wouldn't put that on him. He says he fomented a deadly rivalry, which I'm looking at this and what happened, and it's more that he got attacked. I don't know if that's a fair framing on his part for his involvement in that. That's just a classic joke. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it started on fire. Didn't expect that. Please have the guy in the background playing the music. Okay. I think it was incredibly smart to include a politician character here. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but the fact that they have that politician guy there, and he can speak to like what the general public feels about the ongoings of things. He already kind of did it right there, where he was just like, "Wait, you what? You blew something up? You caused damages? Excuse me?" That's I would like to see the interactions that come from this. I am interested to see the interactions that result from him being upset at what their ongoings happen to be. Why is he mad? Is that is this guy supposed to be her dad? That could be why he didn't want to give her the alcohol too. I think that might be the case. Music time. Let's go. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I could dab jam to this. Yeah, it'd be more like background music, but I like it. That was good. Oh, looking at I like the art style here. That was really good. I am pleasantly surprised. Is it my favorite? No. I think it's up there though. I don't like it as much as I liked the Gaslight District. Gaslight District is still my favorite pilot from Glitch Productions so far. Characters. How thoughts on the characters? The characters are far better. The character every okay. It's compared to Knights of Guinevere. It's far better. Pretty much in every single way. I I don't know for sure. I'd have to Google this. I don't know if the guidelines they have on all the characters is supposed to be there or it's just something they did to cut costs, but it doesn't make sense to me why they would be there for any cost cutting reason. So I'm pretty sure it's meant to be an artistic choice. And by all the storybooky things they're kind of do, plus they're doing they are with some of the things they are doing kind of like a very playwright way of speaking in some ways. I think the guidelines are supposed to be there. Okay, but in terms of characters and in terms of the show, I like them far more than anything that Knights of Guinevere did. I think they are characterized better. I think the dialogue and the way they speak is better. I think the jokes are far wittier. I think the pacing of the episode is very well done. It lines up everything that's happening incredibly well. Like you get a perfect taste of what everything's about, and they don't come right out and say it. Like, well, actually, no, they do kind of mention it, but it doesn't feel in your face like Knights of Guinevere did about some other things. Like, no, that's not. That just I'm speaking. I'm speaking out of the side of my mouth here. I'm not gonna compare it to Knights of Guinevere actually, because huh, how would I say this? There's a strong vision here. There's a strong vision that I think is executed very well for a pilot episode. I am very interested in seeing the rest of this, far more than I am Knights of Guinevere. I would immediately hop into a second episode if there was a second episode. As far as I'm aware, there's not. The characters are well characterized. You each understand what their gimmicks are. Well, I shouldn't say gimmicks because gimmicks almost sounds like it's a bad thing. I understand the characters. I kind of expect I could take the main guy in blue was a Rocky. Again, I'm surprised by his name being Rocky. Um I could take Rocky and I could put him into a different scene and I think I could write how he would act in that scene very reliably based on how he's characterized in the show. I think I got a strong sense of his character. Someone like, let's say, Frankie from the Knights of Guinevere, I don't think I could put her into a scene and reliably write how I think she would act. because I'm not genuinely sure how she would act. I have the base ideas that she likes the park, but that's all I have really about her. Here, if I take Rocky and put him into some scene, I expect him to make Showtime references, speak in things in a way about like referencing them to performances. I expect him to be a bit erratic and probably do some crazy things. Um, I have far more that I could assume he would do and say about him than I do in any character in Knights of Guinevere. The characters. Well, here let's take. I forgot the other guy's name. The orange cat guy, the guy with the who shot the gun. I could I could obviously take him, and if there was like a fight scene or something, I can easily take him and go like, okay, we need to get a weapon into his hands, and then he will get that itch to fight, and I could see him, taking a knife or a sword and being very good in a fight. It kind of showed that he had some fighting prowess to begin with. The one girl, she, the young girl, I forgot her name, but the black cat girl that fixed the car. She's a good comparison to Frankie because Frankie is shown to be good with gadgets in the thing, but she's good to be like this amazing genius level, which I think that's a fair characterization. I think that's fine what they did with Frankie, but this girl in this show is she's shown to be good with like mechanics of like fixing the car, but she's not like a genius level expert. She seems resourceful. She doesn't seem intelligent. She seems resourceful. She seems like she knows how to get out of a sticky situation and like cobble things together to make things work. I find that to be a far more interesting character dynamic than Frankie, who is her whole thing in the first episode was obviously she's this genius level inventor, but no one recognizes that, and instead her friend, I can't remember her friend's name, but her friend is the one that gets the job at the park and is doing all the things Frankie wants to do. It's a good character dynamic between the two, but I don't find that character dynamic of the friend being the one that gets everything the smart one wants, and the genius and intelligence of the smart one isn't recognized, and that feels the story. It's a good baseline, but I don't find it as interesting as what they did with this character because she seems scrappy. She seems weird. There's already hints of her wanting to be looked at as an adult with the whole like, oh, it's a refined thing after she takes the alcohol. And she's quick thinking. There's a lot more things I can say about her than I can with Frankie. Frankie is just super intelligent and likes the park. I don't have much more to say about her other than that. The only thing else I can add is that she doesn't get it, but instead her friends does. That 2 out of 3 things I mentioned about Frankie, one of them has to do with her friend, not exactly Frankie. With the girl, actually, we can find the character's name right here. Where is Freckle Eve, this girl. Um, there's so much more to say about her because she seems like an actual character. She wants to be looked at as an adult. She's resourceful on her feet. She's quick-witted to some degree. And she knows how to get out of a sticky situation while being relatively calm under pressure. Franklin is a kind person. He seems like a kind person who's willing now that obviously has a crush on her. She also seems to have a crush on him. Maybe not a crush, but there's some flirtation going on there, maybe. Franklin, he's a fighter. He knows how to fight, but he seems to get a little too into it. He knows he gets too into it, and he's worried about maybe making a mistake or something. He obviously cares about the girl because we saw that earlier in the fight where he thought she was in danger and he ran to go save her, putting himself in danger because of it. And I'm guessing the person that runs the bar is his mom. I'm guessing that's the case. Um, yeah, and then Rocky. There's a lot to say about him. He, like I said, he's very quick witted. He likes to joke. He likes to think. Also, I saw they had the twig and the violin when it broke, and that was funny. Um, he's quick witted. He's chaotic to some degree. He loves artistry of being music and performative. He doesn't like to get his hands dirty. Like, he likes to put the actual hard work onto other people, as we saw at the beginning of the thing. He obviously wants to do good for the. I don't know how he feels about the speakeasy yet. I'm not sure about that. He probably wants to work for it, but I'm not sure what his investment in the speakeasy is yet, other than he likes to perform. Even the little bits we saw from the side characters, like the one politician guy, we saw that he likes to drink, but he wants to keep up appearances with the public. He's supposed to be the straight and narrow, politician guy. So when he hears that all this crazy stuff happened, you see some worry on his face. See how much more I have to say about this than I do with any character in Knights of Guinevere. The only character I really have something to say about is not Frankie. Who's the boss? Whoever the boss guy was with the eye patch in Knights of Guinevere. And there's that guy is probably the most I have to say. I'm trying to remember his name. That guy with the eye patch, the boss of Frankie. He's the guy I probably have the most to say about, but even then, a lot of the stuff I have to say on him is more speculation. I wonder where they're going to take him rather than what he was actually shown to be. This episode of the show characterized the characters very well, characterized the setting, what's going on, and the situation the speakeasy is in very well. I'm invested. I want to see more. I didn't have too much to complain about, and I also did not notice. I didn't notice any real animation issues. I thought the guidelines were very interesting. I think that was an interesting artistic choice. I don't know what the rationale behind that is, but yeah, that's my thoughts on Lackadaisy pilot. I'm super interested. Where does it rank on everything I like from Glitch Productions? Definitely not above Gaslight District. I love Gaslight District with my full heart. It's my favorite pilot episode. Does it rank better than Amazing Digital Circus though? I don't know if it does. I don't know if it does rank more than Amazing Digital Circus. I want to because I really like the style of this show. Hmm. I kind of tie them. I kind of rank the. I don't know. I think I rank them the same in terms of quality. At the pilot of the Digital Circus and then this one. For very different reasons. It's very different style. It's like it has very different reasons why I like both of them, but in terms of which one I would choose over the other, I think I would choose the Amazing Digital Circus simply because my investment in the series right now, but that's only because there's more episodes out at the moment. But I could easily see myself getting invested in these characters as more episodes come out. I already am to some degree very interested in seeing more of these characters, so I know, but it's a different kind of like investment. With Amazing Digital Circus, I really wanted to know what was going on, and I was very interested in seeing where the story would lead. And then on top of that, you have some amazing character work. This one is more of like, I just want to have a good time seeing what these characters will get up to. I have no idea where the story's going to go. It could be a very episodic series of just like them doing random hijinks and maybe there's no grander plot. But I'd still want to watch it because it just seems like a good time. I mean, you had a guy on the back of like a digger or something like that, like a piece of construction equipment, throwing dynamite around, singing poetry about a circus, about being part of the show. I love that. That was so much fun. I enjoyed that. It doesn't have, but it doesn't have that strong like mystery that Amazing Digital Circus does. This is more of a, I'm gonna have a good old time watching these characters go up to random hijinks. So yeah, that's what I'm thought. And speaking of Digital Circus, maybe we should head over to that episode now, episode 7, which I am. Oh, actually, there's more to it. Is there anything? Let's get through it. Let's watch the credits as I'm talking. So yeah, I want to see more. I absolutely want to see more. The characters are very strong. I am. I don't know if investment in the story is something I would say. Because I don't really feel an investment in what's going on yet. I feel just like I'm kind of like, yeah, I would absolutely watch these guys party in the speakeasy and just chat. I could absolutely watch that. Like the same way you like a good comedy or a good adventure novel. Like, I want to see what wacky hijinks they get up to next. What's this? Company or gain? Are these everyone's cats? Oh, look at that. Are these production cats? Oh, look at this. Oh, did they base the cats off these? No, no, they couldn't have. The comic was out for a while. There's a chicken there. Short King. Nice. I like it. Whatever this is. I like the production cats. That cat looks the Layla looks high. Luna. Simba. Vincent. Baby. I like it. What was that? One sec. I'm just looking at these photos. Who's that? Is that okay? That looks like the speakeasy girl, like the lady who runs the speakeasy. Is it though? No, he has glasses. I think these are all just the characters young. I don't think. I don't know if this has anything to do with anything. Middle girl is Ivy. Are you talking about the cat? Where's the cat photo again? Okay. Oh, okay. So they are. So those are cats based off the characters. Okay. Let's see if I can find it again. Oh, there we are. Middle girl Luca is Ivy. Really? I wouldn't have guessed that. I'm assuming this is. I'm assuming Luca is the one you're referring to. No. Train maybe. Middle girl is Ivy. Young boys, bottom left. Oh. Sorry. Are you okay? Okay. So okay. Yeah. I see it. Yeah. I see it. That's what I thought. Um, young Freckle and Rocky. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see. Okay, that's what those are. I want to see more. It's a very different type of wanting to see more than all the other glitch production shows. Um, with both Digital Circus and Gaslight District had very strong I want to know what's going on mystery investments to them. This one, like I said, it has the same feeling of like I want to see a Saturday morning cartoon. I think you're a bit behind. Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, you're slightly just behind me. Okay, so I keep forgetting that you guys are on a delay. Oh, connect me to Mr. Sweet. Ooh, there's more. Yeah. So long spiel aside, so if you randomly see me, go no. It's yeah. Okay. Yeah. I will. Mr. Sweet. I like this professional guy. This like he's a professional whatever. Oh, trying to listen to what he's saying. I I'm immediately invested again. Okay, so remember that whole spiel I just gave about not being invested about what's going on? Now I'm invested. Now I want to see what's happening. Now I want to see what's going to happen with these fuckers. I want to see what the. Okay, well there I should have spoke too soon. Hmm. So there is going to be an actual story to it. It's not going to just be some random hijinks. I am. Oh yeah, we did read the description of like what the graphic novel was at the beginning of this. And they did say that like the speakeasy burns down, right? Or they burn down the speakeasy. Lackadaisy mini episode. What's this? No, I don't care about the AI. Go away, AI. Mini episode. Is there just a bunch of Oh. I Okay, I found their YouTube channel. I'm looking at there's a lot of little videos and stuff. I absolutely think I'm gonna be doing a video on Lackadaisy at this point. I'm absolutely gonna go through some of these things and see what they are. Oh, is this how? Oh, oh, okay. Sorry, I just kind of getting a bit sidetracked. Okay, so they mentioned at the beginning of the episode previously that this guy may have old ties. So Mr. Professional, I'm guessing, worked for because he's with the. We saw them just a second ago. There, we like there's the speakeasy girl, the actual owner of the speakeasy. I'm guessing he worked for them at some point, and then something happened where he changed allegiances. I also did see a thumbnail when I was looking at the YouTube channel that the what's it called? What's he called? The bartender, the guy who's supposed to be a bartender but isn't really, the muscle guy. He uh he also was standing beside what looks to no maybe actually I'm looking at it again. Okay, I have the thumbnail of the thing I'm talking about on the other screen here. It looks to be I think that's the husband of the owner, and then you have the professional guy. This guy saying right here, and them. Okay, so at least this guy for sure. At least this guy changes allegiances at some point. That's a good line. I subtract numbers. Oh, I don't have the captions on. I subtract numbers too. So I'm interested in this guy. I want to know what his story is. He seems like the professional that like got double crossed or something, or maybe he's a double crosser. But he's a professional. He's a really good fixer, you could say. I'm guessing. There's the muscle. Okay, okay, okay. Wait, I was saying before. This is the young girl that was wanting to be. I'm pretty sure Ivy or whatever. Um. Okay, so that's not her dad. That's just. I'm guessing they just get along then. Okay, I like this. I like him. I like this dynamic. I love the little dynamic of he's just trying to be friendly with this little girl, and he's this big tough brute. I love it. It's obviously he's gonna become protective of her, and he's gonna I like it. I'll teach you. I that is a very gray man. He's the embodiment of a negative photo. Just look at that man. Oh my. I love that line. Now who's gangster? Girl just, and that's how she became part of the gang. That's awesome. Okay, that's cool. Now, why is my stream quality poor? Receive enough video as a such viewers will experience buffering. Stream health is healthy. Stream is excellent. Stream status poor. Oh, now it's okay. We appeared to experience a weird little glitch there. Okay. I'm coughing way too bad. All right. So, I really like this little I'm glad I found this little episode, mini episode. So her dad was like a driver or something for the gang, or he at least sells cars to the gang. And then the little girl gets acquainted, and she wants to be all tough like the gangsters. Okay, I like it. I think now we have a little bit more for the bouncer as well, and he's a tough guy with a little heart of gold. Fell for this little girl. I want to get the pin. Oh, now I'm seeing pins. Oh, there's another one too. Okay, well I have to stop. I have to stop and go to the Amazing Circus. But I'm invested. I want to know more. I want to possibly get some merchandise for this. Who knows? Maybe I'll invest if I have some money. Um, but yeah, we are going to go on to going to go on to the Amazing Digital Circus now, episode 7. Already 2 hours, man. I'm speaking for a while. No wonder I'm coughing. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm just gonna grab some water. But yeah, we'll be back in just a few minutes, and then we will watch the newest episode of Amazing Digital Circus. Talk to you guys in a second. All right, I'm back. Okay, so I probably won't have as much to comment on as Lackadaisy as with this one. We are probably gonna get through it a lot quicker. I will probably just mostly watch it, comment on the few things, but I probably won't pause as much. I've already talked about in videos of how much I actually like the Amazing Digital Circus. I'm pretty sure the character work's going to be really good. The animation is probably going to be just the same as the other ones. The biggest thing I have to talk about is major character things that happen, probably. So yeah, let's just get into it. Ooh, milk and cigarettes. Oh, why am I buffering? Why am I frozen? Oh, did everything just crash on me all of a sudden? Stream still up? I think the stream health. No, why am I getting problems now? I'm not recording, am I? No, I'm not recording. Shit. Well, this is great. Error. YouTube is not receiving enough videos to maintain streaming as such. Viewers will experience buffering. Fuck. Okay, well. I'm not even able to. Why is happening? Okay, okay. I think it's good. Stream's looking okay as far as I can tell. All right, I'm gonna pause a few things. Okay. And casserole. Oh, there he is. Why the Chinese room? Why did they choose that? Thank you, Gango. Or thank you, Zubo. As usual, the most random thing. Okay. As usual, just a bunch of really. That's a callback to the first episode, right? That joke? Alright. The mandatory beach episode of the series. Interesting. Oh! Okay. I don't see Jax anywhere, which is. Oh, well, there he is. See? He showed up. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's actually there. Okay. I think I saw a clip of this. The smiling friend voice actor. I can't remember his name. I'm surprised Jax is being so depressive about the situation. I actually expected him to be more confrontational, like he would double down on being an asshole. Instead, he just seems depressed. Well, of course, it seems like it's happened multiple times now, but as soon as I comment on it, they immediately call it out. Hi, as the shrimp NPC. There's that. There's the fucker again. We seen him in episode 1. He keeps showing up. What? Hold on. What the fuck just happened? That's a joke? This episode seems very packed with jokes so far. We're only like 5 minutes in, and it just seems like a ton of jokes. Okay, one sec. I'm gonna do something about this cough. Give me a second. All right, I found a cough drop. Hopefully that'll be sufficient enough. Am I quiet? No, I seem fine. All right. So Kang just made an NPC of a shrimp to die. I like it. Oh, ooh. Oh shit! All right, so there's the frog guy, and he was friends with the clown as well. Okay, what's happening? What's happening? Whoa, we're doing some horror vibes here. Strange hole. Is he having sleep paralysis? Oh shit. The Okay, well, fucking hand of God reaching out there and touching finger. Okay, what happened to his hand there? First off, turn off audio auto. Oh, okay. The fuck is happening? I I don't have a whole lot to comment on what the fuck is going on. Is he abstracting? Like, is he done? Like, that was a weirdly long thing. I don't know how I feel about it yet. That's a I I'm kind of surprised they're being so forward with this guy. I knew he was going to come up eventually. We've been seeing this guy since episode 1. But I'm surprised they're just like, "Yeah, I'm a human." Yeah. Like, what's his justification? Why does Kane not know about him? Why does I am I'm surprised by this turn. I expected them to do something with him. I didn't expect it was going to be this. I don't believe him. I immediately don't believe this guy. I think whatever he's peddling is fake and not real. Kane made this guy, and he's just an NPC that wasn't finished. I don't believe there's a way to leave. I don't believe he's telling the truth. I I just don't trust this guy. Also, that sounds like the same voice actor as Kaner. I think that's the same voice actor. I don't think most of you guys were here when I initially talked about this because this is way back at the beginning of the stream. But I don't believe they are going to be able to leave the circus. I I believe that their minds are in like a copy of their minds are in this circus, but their actual bodies are and actual minds are just out in the real world and totally fine. They don't even know this is happening. I don't think there's an actual way to escape the circus. So I don't buy anything that is happening here. Agreed. The more he talks, the more I don't believe him. Either this is a okay, I'm being a bit I'm being a bit critical here and jumping in, but if this is generally just yeah, this guy's telling the truth and he's actually here to do all this and he's actually helped create this place, I am going to actually be a bit annoyed. Because the way they're going about this right now is just very matter of factly. It comes off as fun time is over, story must progress. Like they're reaching, they're at the final 3 episodes. They're like, story must progress. I don't believe for a sec if I want to have faith that they are doing something interesting here beyond they're gonna I want to believe they are gonna subvert our expectations, and this is not actually what's happening. They're presenting us with a false truth, a red herring, and they're gonna sweep the rug out from under us later on. That said, though, I commented just a minute ago how I think this guy sounds like Kane or Keener, and I also have a theory that Keener knows something, or Keener was, I might be saying the name wrong, that King was someone who actually did help make this place. I believe that because I think the only reason I think he did make it, but he's too insane to actually talk about it. I think Kane made this guy, the mannequin guy, with the idea that King, like, gave him King's voice with the idea that he knows that Kane did help make this place. So he made this NPC with that idea in mind, and that would fit in nicely. Let's continue. I like the Pomni face. I'll say that. I'm gonna definitely steal that face. Who the fuck was that? It's another NPC. Okay, so we're immediately seeing another one of these guys in the Chinese room, and I don't know. I'm suspicious. I think my theory's right. I think my theory's right. As soon as they mention Kaner, this guy's like, no, 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 don't bring Kaner into this. I think my theory's right. Okay, I am absolutely sure now that Kaner had something to do with the circus. They've alluded to it in the past, and this pretty much is confirming it for me. Okay, they're just straight up saying it. I'm surprised it's so like okay, fun time is over, story let's progress. It's like it's not bad, but I think it's the most surprising thing in terms of like there has to be more to this. I don't think it's as plain black and white as the episode's guess making it out to be. Why does he remember? This is another thing that made me suspicious of this guy is that he remembers stuff from the outside world. No one else does. He remembers details. I don't believe this guy is real. Yeah? Okay. So this is again, this is why I think this guy's made up. Because remember, Kane's a narcissist. And that guy, and no one else likes Kane other than Kane. That guy just commented in a way of like, oh, you guys should be so sad that Kane can't leave the circus with you guys. Like, he's acting sad. No one else would care but Kane. Kane made this up. This is Kane's work. This isn't real. No. I am guessing that they are going to get invested into this, and then Kane is going to get offended that they actually wanted to leave. I believe him. I think Jax is completely right. Again, I don't believe this guy. I do not believe. I don't think he's real. This is Kane's work. Yes, you are. Fuck off. I don't believe you. No, it's a lie. This seems like a Kane joke as well. I keep repeating it, but this is Kane's work. These guys not real. There's no way to escape the circus. There may be. I may be wrong about that, but I don't believe there's a way to escape the circus. Kane and Abel. That's all I have to say on that. Kane and Abel. Now I'm just waiting for the punchline. Now I'm waiting for the punchline for Kane reveals like, ha ha, I made up Abel, ha ha ha. Food to eat. Did his hand? No, it didn't. Okay. No, I don't. Nope, not a bit. I I see through you, show. I know what you're doing. Yeah, no, I know. This is just the episode of like let's confirm Breadbot's theories on everything. Is is Cade's like fictional version of this guy that there was a love triangle between Kaner's wife and this guy? Because the only one other person I know in the show who has a love interested is Kaner, and I find it very funny if Kane's idea of like reasoning of why they don't want to talk is because they both love the same girl. I find that very funny. Don't they need Jax though? Why are they leaving without Jax? It's like, how is he gonna get back and get the key? I'm very interested in knowing what you're talking about. Wait! Hold on. He has a tail. Jax has a tail now. Wasn't that wasn't that mentioned in one of the previous episodes? How he didn't doesn't have a tail? Okay. I don't think Kinner's in there. I want. Oh, imagine if Kaner was the one that actually was conducting this whole thing. Oh no, he's there. Why is Gango saying this like that? Yep, he's Abel's alive. Abel's alive. don't they said that like they remember. Why would he be offended by that? If my theory is correct and this guy is creation of Kane, and this is basically Kane speaking indirectly, I wonder if Kane has a grudge against Kaner for something. I'm guessing the company wanted to shut down the game or whatever this world is, but Kane decided to go rogue. And he trapped people in here because he just wants to be appreciated by humans. As he said to Jax just a minute ago. So, I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm looking at Abel as Kane speaking. So everything he's saying there is very interesting. I agree, Jax. I agree. What biblical thing are they referencing? We got Cain and Abel. We got the hand. What is the hand referencing? We had the touchy fingers thing before. They're referencing something biblical. Or at least they're making biblical references. What the fuck is it though? I don't think now that I'm looking at this episode and seeing what's happened, I don't think Kaner's insanity is an actual condition. I think it's manufactured by Kane. Because Kane said at the beginning, way back in the beginning of the series, the one thing he can't do is mess with people's minds. I think he's lying. I think he can, and he's messing with Kaner's mind. He just has to be in the light to do so. Interesting reaction from him. think that's a very smart move on Palmy's part. I don't think Kaner would have gone if or not gone. I don't think that Abel would have allowed him to go if he had not. I like that he moves like a chess piece. That's an interesting statement. I think in I think in Kane's mind the right choice is to stay at the circus forever. I think that's why he's saying that. Those orbs have any references in them? That looks like the candy place right there. Don't know about the rest. I know I'm not saying much, but I'm very interested in seeing what's going to happen. Again, I know I'm very quiet. I know for you guys it's just a silent thing, but I'm very invested in what's happening right now. Red button will close the console and keep all players inside the circus. The blue button will end the game and disconnect all players. I know what Kane wants. It's the meme. It's the meme, guys. It's the button meme. Because it's a lie. Are you stupid? Oh, I think I'm cutting out for a second. Fuck. Getting another leg spike. Shit. No, not now. No, not now. Is everything collapsing on me right near the end? Why is the... Oh, I think it's because I don't have... My back? I think I'm back. I need to fix my fucking... Everything's bad right now. Let's wait for everything to stabilize for a second. Are we back? Are we working? I think we are. Unstable. Okay, it says excellent now. Okay, cool. We're right. Ah, it's poor again. Fuck off. Alright. Fuck! Really? Is it like bad weather outside? Damn. I hope it's working for you guys. Oh shit, he's seen the real world. That's... I want to look at those flashes again. I think I think those flashes is from a horror video. I think I've seen an analog horror video. I think it's called like "You Reached Your Destination" or "Turn Around," something like. It's when someone's driving, or it's just someone took footage of them actually driving down a road somewhere. I want to try and get. Fuck, I missed it. No, that's absolutely what I'm thinking is. I can't remember what the video's called. What? Jax just fucking hit the button to stay. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised by this. I'm more surprised he hit the button to stay. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, this isn't surprise. This is surprising at all. It was just a hot dog. I think that's all true. No, I don't think that's true. I think he was telling the truth. Yeah, that's true. What is happening? Guys, what the fuck was that? I mean, I expected it. I expected it was. I knew it was going to be a fake, but I didn't expect Kane to or Jax to actually hit the button. Did he remember his? Did he remember something about his life that made him not want to leave? Why wouldn't he want to leave though? Even if he did, that is an interesting choice that I genuinely don't understand. Obviously, episode 8 will have to tackle that to some degree, but hmm. I don't know what to think about this. Huh. Let me just. Boom. What do I think about that? Not gonna lie, it's a bit hard to say because I knew some of those things were gonna come up. I knew that was gonna be a fake. As soon as he said Abel and all those other things, I knew that guy was a fake. I was right about some things. They are hinting at the fact that Kane can actually mess with minds. And like Jack said, we have been able to see that in the past a little bit. So Kane is absolutely lying. And the reason he's lying is absolutely because he wants people to stay in the circus. I don't know if I believe there's an actual way to get out of the circus, but I would like to believe. Well, I'd not like to believe. I believe there is not. I'm just curious to why Jax hit the button. Did Jax kill himself? Or did Jax do some or kill someone? Guys, I think Jack is an incel. Jax is an incel. Okay, let me explain. I Jax is extremely afraid of getting close to people. Maybe that's because of things that happened in the circus, but I think there's a parallel with the real world. I say incel, thinking maybe it was a love interest, but it doesn't have to be a love interest. Maybe something happened with some friendships in real life, and he, as a result of that friendship collapsing, he did something to himself or to someone else, and he remembered part of it. Because we saw earlier in the episode that things were haunting him, creepy things were haunting him, like the friend, like his frog friend Ribbit or whatever he was called. There could be some sort of guilt with him that he knows about, and that's why he protected himself by keeping himself in the circus. That's the most interesting thing about the episode. Everything else was kind of obvious to me right from the get go. I knew it was going to be fake. I knew it wasn't going to be real. Hmm. Well then, that was the seventh episode of Digital Circus. A very surprising episode. Not for the reasons I expected. I didn't think Jax was going to do that. I knew that it was gonna all be fake, like I said, but yeah. All right, so two episodes today. We watched Lackadaisy and this, and this is why I this is why I am invested in the show. It's very interesting what they do character wise, and I am surprised again that Jax is doing it. I mentioned way back at the beginning. I talked about this. I talked about how I people are apparently annoyed at the creator of the series saying that Pomni and Jax are the two main characters. If you're going to be doing stuff like this, then you're going to have a lot of work put into those characters. So I understand why they have the main focus. I I think the outrage is a bit stupid with the whole idea that I think it's fine. Of course, you're going to have main characters in your show. You have main characters, you have side characters. All the side characters, if you want to call them that, are very good. But sure, you have the two main characters, Pomni and Jax. They are the main driving force of the plot. After that action of keeping them in the thing, obviously Jax is one of the main driving forces of the plot now. But it was a very natural progression. I would not have been able to tell you Jax was going to be a main character at the first episode, and they slowly just worked up to him being that with all these things now. I am going to go to bed because it is very late. I am very tired. But I am invested in Digital Circus. I want to see what's next. I'm definitely going to. Maybe I'll do this again just to chat as I watch the movie or video. It was nice you guys keeping me company. But I likely will probably edit this down maybe into like a more digestible format where I speak more often. It at least helps me practice speaking. But Lackadaisy and this is a very different experiences. Two very different experiences. Lackadaisy, I want to see more just because it seems like a fun, good time. Though there definitely seems to be a plot that's going to be happening, and I want to see it. I want to see what happens with that plot. Digital Circus is a rabbit hole of character drama and weird mystery. And I'm excited to see what happens. Might just make a video talking about both these episodes at once. but damn, I am satisfied. All right, everyone, have a good night. Thank you for watching with me. You guys are all lovely as usual. I am going to go to bed now. Good night. So long. Farewell. Thank you so much for watching. I'll probably make it, like I said, I'll probably make a short video discussing my experience with these two episodes. Goodbye. Thank you so kindly for watching. Goodbye. Ending stream now. Ending stream the wrong way. Stop that, Mike. Stop that. End it the proper way. Goodbye.